Geography of the United States. Culture. Today's main idea is the people and culture of the United States are very diverse. By the end of today's lesson, you should be able to recall why are so many religious holidays celebrated in the United States. You should be able to identify what does it mean to be bilingual. You should be able to recall from which continent did the ancestors of most Americans come from. You should be able to explain what is one reason that the United States population is so diverse. People and culture. Many Americans are descended from European immigrants. However, the United States is also home to people of many other cultures and ethnic groups. Immigration has led to cultural diffusion. As a result, the United States is a diverse nation where many languages are spoken and different religions and customs are practiced. The blending of these different cultures has helped produce a unique American culture. Ethnic groups in the United States. Some ethnic groups in the United States include Native Americans, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, and Asian Americans. Higher percentage of these ethnic groups are concentrated in different areas of the United States. For thousands of years, Native Americans were the only people living in the Americas. Today, these indigenous people have certain rights of sovereignty and self-government to recognize that they were here long before the first European settlers arrived. Most Native Americans now live in western United States, including Arizona, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. Even though African Americans live in every region of the country, some areas of the United States have a higher percentage of African Americans. For example, a higher percentage of African Americans live in southern states. Many large cities also have a high percentage of African Americans. On the other hand, descendants of people who came from Asian countries or Asian Americans are mostly concentrated in California. Many Hispanic Americans originally migrated to the United States from Mexico, Cuba, and other Latin American countries. As you can see on the map of Hispanic Americans, a higher percentage of Hispanic Americans live in the Southwest states. These states border Mexico. People and organizations from all these ethnic groups have made important contributions to the area of history, culture, government, and economy. For example, Chinese immigrants constructed a lot of the railroads in the 1800s. They helped connect the vast country and allow goods and people to flow from coast to coast. George Washington Carver, an African American man, improved the economy of the South by developing new uses for crops, including using peanuts to make peanut butter. Language. In many parts of the country, English is just one of many languages you might hear. Or is someone you know bilingual? People who speak two languages are bilingual. Today, more than 65 million U.S. residents speak a language other than English at home. These languages include Spanish, French, Chinese, Vietnamese, Arabic, Tagalog, and many others. After English, Spanish is the most widely spoken language in the United States. About 40.5 million Americans speak Spanish at home. Many of these people live near the border between the United States and Mexico, and in Florida and Puerto Rico. Religion. Americans also practice many religious faiths. Over time, people with different religious beliefs have come to the United States and brought their religious traditions with them. The majority are Christians, as were the first European colonists. However, some are Jewish or Muslim, and a smaller percentage are Hindu, Buddhist, or Sikh. Too many religious groups are important social organizations. Your community might have Christian churches, Jewish synagogues, Islamic mosque, Hindu temples, or Sikh gurdwaras, as well as other places of worship. Many religious groups also provide services like soup kitchens and homeless shelters, to those in need. A variety of traditional religious holidays are celebrated in the United States. Christians celebrate Jesus' birth at Christmas and Jesus' resurrection at Easter. Jews observe Yom Kippur, also known as the Day of Atonement, and Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. Muslims fast during the month of Ramadan, a month when they believe the Quran, their holy scripture, was revealed to Muhammad. Food and music. Diversity shows itself through cultural practices. In addition to language and religion, cultural practices include the food we eat and the music we listen to. American food is as diverse as the American people. Think about some of the foods that you have eaten this week. You may have eaten Mexican tacos, Italian pasta, or Japanese sushi. These dishes are now part of the American diet. Different types of music from around the world have also influenced American culture. For example, salsa music from Latin America is popular in the United States today. Many American musicians now combine elements of salsa into their pop songs. African rhythms and instruments have also influenced American music. However, music that originated in the United States is also popular in other countries. American musical styles include blues, jazz, rock, and hip hop. American popular culture. As the most powerful country in the world, the United States has tremendous influence around the world. American popular culture, such as movies, television programs, and sports, is popular elsewhere. For example, American movies are seen by millions of people around the world. Other examples of American culture in other places include the popularity of baseball in Japan, American fast food restaurants in almost every major city in the world, and American television programs and channels broadcasting around the world. As you see, Americans influence the rest of the world in many ways through their culture. So, a summary and preview of the history and culture of the United States is that the history of the United States has helped shape the diverse, democratic nation it is today.